Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you for the week of April 17th through April 23rd of 2023. For this week I pulled in the On Target kit from Pink Diamond Planner Co. and I just went right ahead on in and jumped on into it. I used all of the date covers, all of the date covers that came with the kit, obviously. The date dots are also from the kit, and instead of talking through the setup, which I think actually will be fairly quick for this spread, there's a fair amount of white space in this spread, relatively speaking, but anyway, instead of talking through all of the setup and things like that, I'm going to go back and answer the other question that I received in my Plan With Me video, the sprinkles one. It was like a couple Plan With Me's ago. But I didn't get to the second question that I received, and I wanted to get to that. So, without further ado, the second question was, what are your favorite tools and accessories? So, in every video, you guys will see in the description box a list of tools that I've used for the spread, but there are a lot of tools that you guys see me use pretty much all the time, and they really are my go-tos. So I'll start with pens, because I feel like that might be the most interesting. The pens that I like to use, like on my planner page and on any sort of like soft feeling premium matte paper or like papery matte paper. I prefer to use a gel pen, and the one that I've been using the most consistently is the Papermate Inkjoy gel pen in black in the 0.7 millimeter tip. Just generally, if I'm using a gel pen, I typically prefer a 0.7 millimeter tip. I don't like the way that my handwriting looks with a smaller tip usually. I can kind of get away with the Papermate Inkjoy gel in the 0.5 millimeter tip, but I definitely prefer the 0.7 just because I like the way that my handwriting looks with that a little bit better. Plus, it meshes a lot better in the spread visually, I think, with the permanent marker that I typically like to use on glossy stickers or on vinyl stickers. So anytime I'm writing on a glossy or a vinyl sticker, I'm pretty much almost always using the Symbolion permanent marking pen. That is my favorite permanent marker. You can also use a Sharpie fine liner, but there is something about the way that the nib on the Symbolion one doesn't like fray or get weird or like flatten. There's something about the nib on that pen that just feels like it lasts a lot longer than your typical, like, I don't know, Sharpie fine line permanent marker. So those are my two favorite pens to use. You'll see me use other pens every so often. Sometimes I'll use the Pilot Juice Up and the 0.4 millimeter tip, but usually that's only if I'm planning with a really delicate looking kit, like something from Sadie's Stickers or Nikki Plus 3 that just feels like it needs a finer, I don't know, font's not the right word, but like a finer writing, I guess. I don't know how to explain it anyhow else. But yeah, I really only reserve really, really fine tip pens for like really delicate looking kits. Before I move on, I'm just going to say every shop that I used is listed and linked in the order that it appears in this video in my description box down below. But if there's any particular sticker that you want to know where it's from, feel free to leave me a comment and I will answer you there. So moving on from pens, but still related, is whiteout. Now, I've used some pretty crappy whiteouts, and I think you guys have seen some of those in these videos, especially the ones that look like little milk bottles. If I ever use those in a spread and I link them down below, just know I'm linking that there to warn you against it. Those are terrible. I got them from Amazon a number of years ago, and there has been not a single type of paper that I've gotten those to work well on. However, the whiteouts that I do really like to use are all from Tombow. I personally prefer the Tombow mini correction tape, and I know that there's a little bit less like whiteout tape per unit, but I like the way that that one rolls on a bit better even than like the Tombow regular sized whiteout tape. I don't know. There's just something about the applicator on the mini that I like a lot better, and I feel like it goes on a bit smoother. And if the whiteout tape goes off the track a little bit, it's a little bit easier to get it back on track. A couple other accessories that I use, especially when I'm cutting washi, are my rulers and my slice tool. Now, I know they haven't made my slice tool that I use in my videos in a number of years, because the slice tools that I've had for like, I don't know, since like 2017 or something like that. Like, they're old. They're like 8 years old, but they're still going strong. So I like those a lot, and I link some of the later versions in my description box if you're ever looking for it. I will also say, if you're getting a ruler, highly recommend getting a clear ruler so that you can see through it. That is really super helpful when it comes to lining up your ruler against like the lines of your planner. I prefer that to a metal ruler, but you can use a metal ruler, especially if you're just trying to rip your washi tape instead of cut through it, but that really only works for like actual washi tape and not like washi stickers. So clear ruler, slice tool, those are some of my favorite ones as well. I do have an honorable mention for undo. It's really helpful for those stubborn and extra sticky stickers to try to get them off of your planner page if you realize you made a mistake. And personally, I prefer the undo that has the yellow label. There's a green label as well, and I do try to make that distinction in my description box when I'm linking them. They both work fine. It's just the green label one is the only one that can actually be sold in the state of California. So if you're in California and you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you're probably going to be stuck with the green label undo. It still works just fine, and it doesn't ruin your stickers or anything, but relatively speaking, it takes a very long time to dry compared to the yellow label undo. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more quick dry and you can purchase it in your area, the yellow label undo is the way to go. If you can't purchase the yellow label undo because you're in California or some other area where it's not allowed to be sold, the green undo will do the same job. It just does it a little bit slower. I think that's pretty much it for all of my typical implements that I use. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, right in front of my face. Tweezers. Good, solid set of tweezers. Goes a very long way for setting stickers down, especially getting them down straight. The particular set of tweezers that I use most often, that silver set that I think you saw on screen a couple seconds ago, is no longer sold on Amazon. But you don't need exactly that set of tweezers. You just need like a decent set of tweezers. Surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, depending on your experience with this brand, e.l.f. Cosmetics makes some really kick-ass tweezers. And last time I checked, they were like less than $5. I don't know, with the whole tariff and inflation situation that we're dealing with right now in the US, if they'll still be less than $5. The last time I bought one, they were like $2 or $3. It has been a while since I've purchased a set of e.l.f. tweezers, so I could be wrong. But they're not super expensive, and they do work really well. And very, very underrated set of tweezers from e.l.f. I don't know why I'm spending so long talking about tweezers. It's really not that big a deal, but it makes setting stickers down in your planner a whole lot easier. I will also list and link the paper type that I use in the description box below, because I feel like I use a printable planner, and I think the paper can really make or break your printing with the planner, and this paper is like bright white and really smooth, and I like it a lot. So I will list and link that down below as well. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But that's the end of the spread, everything I have left in the kit, and I hope you enjoyed this one. See you very soon in my next video. Take care, everyone.